haven't got an audience over here, Richard.
Well, you wouldn't expect one with me.
Stop that. Right, we're going to have a chipping masterclass by Richard Bland from the Cliques.
Thank you.
I've given you a tight lie to start with. You're welcome. Shall we begin?
Yeah, first chip for pretty much the first chip of the day because I didn't miss any greens today. So, yeah, you're not making it very easy. Ball above my feet as well.
So Blandy shot 5 under today. He missed 2 greens and he made no bogeys, which means he got up and down. So we thought you'd be the man. So we're going to talk first of all about this lie, Blandy. Very tight lie.
Yeah.
I mean, it gives me anxiety. I don't know about the people at home. How do you play this technically?
So for this, you know, with the tight lie, for me it's very much about the strike and the angle of attack. So what you don't want to be doing is kind of grounding the club too far back, because then you'll get like that sort of bounce. I think you'll get too much of the bounce playing. So for me, it's kind of like letting the club kind of set a little earlier. So the angle of attack is a little bit steeper, and then it's just, for me, it's just kind of keeping the speed on the club and rotating through it. Just making sure you don't stop. So let's just try one.
And by setting that club early, you're talking about wrist hinge. Does that keep a bit more loft on the club head?
I don't think, well,
say yes, Blandy.
I don't really know. I don't really sort of think of that too much.
It does for those at home.
No. You know, for me, you know, I always kind of think sort of golfers are probably not the brightest people, so the less we can think about stuff, the better. So, yeah, I've hit a million of these in my career, so I just trust my technique, and yeah, I've played it so many times, so just get up and play the shot really, as long as I commit to it.
And let's talk about setup. You know, what are you thinking about ball position?
Again, I don't really want to sound to the viewers. Again, you can move the ball a little bit if you want. You can move it up a little bit further and maybe play the club a bit weaker.
Yeah.
Or if you want, you know, you can move it a little bit further back so the hands are set forward and play a little square sort of this way. But
and so that would be hitting a slightly lower trajectory?
Yeah, I think a lot depends that on what shot you have to play, what's in front of you.
Yeah.
You know, there's that old adage of get the ball on the ground as quickly as you can, and that's what we do a lot of the time. Play this, don't complicate it if you don't have to, just play the shot as simply as you can. So this kind of shot here, really what we're trying to play is you're probably trying to land it maybe 2-3 yards on the green and just let it kind of release out to the flag. So there's no need to lob it up in the air and make it any more complicated. So it's just, so for this shot, I wouldn't really be doing anything with my ball position, pretty central.
Yeah.
The hands slightly forward, and as I just said, just kind of set the club a little bit and rotate through it.
And in terms of routine, you obviously, club selection, you'll think about where you want to land it. Do you visualise the shot you want to play? Do you see it, or do you just hit it?
Again, you know, you once you kind of get up to the ball, you've got a rough idea of what you're going to do. Obviously, a lot is lie dependent. You know, if the lie's bad, then yes, you know, you might move the ball position a little bit to help.
Blandy?
Oh, thank you very much.
What would you do out of there? We got a seated divot. Yeah,
so seated divot, I would tend to go then, I would get the ball way back in my stance. See here, I've still got some room to work with. Get the hands forward to make sure then that, you know, you kind of get down and into the back of the ball, because anything behind it is just, the ball's just going to go here. So
can we see
hopefully,
one? I'm putting you under pressure here.
So yeah, hopefully we don't do that. So let's try and get ball first. But we did. So there you go.
Blandy, come on. I have to give you a bit. It is a nasty lie.
Yeah, let's try that one again.
So ball back to help
ball
the strike.
Back, yeah.
Weight in your feet?
Nothing really. I'm more trying to set the club really. The hands forward.
There we go. Can I just say that Blandy has never had a short game lesson, which is
never.
just unbelievable.
Probably after those last two, maybe I should.
Okay, we're going to go to different lies. Can we come to the thicker rough? I'm not doing a good caddying job. Okay, so it's quite thick around the greens here. Talk us through how you'd play this slightly different to a tight lie.
You know, again, you depending on, let's say, if we're going to go to this, you know, you've kind of short-sided yourself a little bit. The lie's not too bad. So again, I'd play it with my 58 degree, most lofted club. Again, and obviously you'd set the club behind the ball to see how open you can get it, to get under the ball. And then again, nothing really changes. It's a bit like a bunker shot. It's kind of just keep, especially through this longer grass, is keep the speed up.
Okay.
What you don't want to be doing is de-accelerating, because as soon as the club comes into the grass, it's kind of gonna flip over.
I think that is such a good tip for everyone at home, playing it like a bunker, because you get deeper and add speed.
Actually, like with the a good tip that I would maybe give to the people at home is maybe actually just grip it a little firmer in the left hand, so you actually then keep the loft on the club as it goes through impact.
So slightly stronger with the lead hand.
Just to feel that then it's the club's moving this way. What you don't want is the club moving this way.
Got you. There's a very good coach out here called Pete Cowan, and he's what we call a short game expert, and he'd call that the butterfly grip, so strong in both lead. You're looking at me like, what are you on about, Rachel?
Yeah, exactly.
Strong in the left and the right.
Never heard of that, but yeah, it's the same thing. It's basically, sometimes I would actually probably do that on the course if I'm trying to hit a fade. Is maybe just grip it a little tighter in my left hand, so then I feel that this stays really strong, so then the club is not going to do this. That's the one thing I don't want. So if I'm actually trying to hit like a cut into a flag or something like that, I might just try and feel that my left hand grip is that little bit tighter, not stronger, just tighter. So
it's giving the gold here, Blandy. And I think that is so important. Your setup before you even take the club will dictate the shot you want to play, doesn't
exactly.
it?
Just so then there's no manipulation.
Yeah.
So there's no manipulation. Set the club how you want it addressed, squarer, more further back, and then just play the shot. Then there's no manipulation whatsoever.
Beautiful, Blandy. And how long do you spend on these sorts of shots when you get to a tournament to test the grass? Do you
think if it's like this kind of grass, we play on quite a lot, so I don't really feel like I have to do too much. Like last week in Mexico, where we had the Bermuda grass, and of course we haven't played for 3 months, so I hadn't done any chipping out of Bermuda since we were in Miami. So it just takes you, maybe 20-30 minutes just to get the feel of how the club goes through the grass, how it comes out, what kind of trajectory it's going to come out on, and then once you're sort of got that feel,
you're off.
Not too much really.
Right, I'm going to finish up with one tip for the viewer at home.
One
Coming
tip
from
with short
Blandy
game
that's never had a golf lesson before.
For me, like with short game, for me it's all about club head speed. That's what I kind of feel. There's two things: club head speed and strike. If you haven't got those, if you haven't got strike, you've got nothing in short game, especially off this kind of grass. So I would certainly work on your strike on the tighter lies. When you get into the longer grass, it's more club head speed for me.
Have you got any good drills for working on, your strike drill?
I think strike, it's ball position.
Yeah.
So work on your ball position. You might, just figure it out. Move it forward, move it back. Play it in the centre. See which shot you prefer to play, what you strike the best, and then just play with that. But there's all the same kind of thing. If you're maybe 2 or 3 yards off the green and it's puttable, putt it.
It's
even for a lot of the pros, sometimes it's not about chipping the ball in. Of course, that's what you're trying to do. It's actually right. It's making par. If you miss a green, it's first and foremost is make par. Obviously, there's certain shots, yes, if you're just off the edge, you really are trying to hole.
And that's exactly what you did today, Blandy. You said you had a shot just off the green, but you putted it because it was the best shot.
I was. To be fair, I was only 6 inches off the green, so of course that's what I would do. But it's just don't make it complicated. Just play the sensible shot all the time.
That's the hardest thing in golf, Blandy, not making it complicated.
It is because we all kind of want to play the shot that looks good, but probably I would say 8 times out of 10, that's the wrong shot.
It's the smart shot.
It's the wrong shot. You look at all the top players. Tiger was great at it. He played the right shot all the time, and there's a lot to be said about that.
Blandy, you're a legend. Well played today. 5 under for the Cleeks. Good luck tomorrow.
Thank you, Rach. Thank you.
Thanks, Blandy.